27 today. So let me just give you a small backup of the previous verse, that is 26, from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9. So here Brahmaji is talking to Sri Krishna, and he says to him that it is such a wonderful thing that you, being one of the greatest, not one of the greatest, the greatest thing in this world and the ultimate, you are the super, one of everything, and yet you take a mundane form. That means you come like a very, very simple person, a man or an animal or something like that. So, can you please explain to me how you do this? There are stories where the super boss goes unrecognized when he enters his own company or his store or something like that. It reminds me of a story of Sam Walton. It so happened that one day he had gone to his store incognito, a new store, and there was this young boy who was getting one of the gifts, gift wrapped. You use a gift wrapping. So while he was doing that, he took a big sheet of paper and he was cutting it. And while he was wrapping that thing, he was wasting a lot of paper. So Sam Walton looks at him and says to him, this is not the way to do it. You're wasting, very important resources of the company. You need to become very, very good in this job. And then he shows him by using another sheet of paper how you can compress it and make it very small so that more gifts can be wrapped. Now, when we look at such kind of a behavior, you will understand that this is a very peculiar behavior. The person comes incognito and gives lessons. So whenever God comes on this planet Earth, he comes on the planet Earth, as a human or whatever, he has come over here for giving some kind of an answer, some kind of a teaching. So we always have to look towards the Lord whenever he appears as a mundane human being, a mundane person or a thing, as someone who has come to give us a very, very important lesson. Alright? So now today we will start with our today's satsang. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, verse 27. Brahmaji says, and please inform me how you, by your own self, manifest different energies for annihilation, generation, acceptance, maintenance, by combination and permutation, combination. Now, this is a very beautiful statement. Here the Lord is coming on earth and he does so many things. What are the things that he does? He is creating, sustaining and destroying also. He comes as a very simpleton and gives some teaching. And there are multiple forms simultaneously also. Now you will say, how can there be multiple forms simultaneously? Well, have you not heard of Sri Ram meeting Parshuram? You have not seen that? Of course. So God can take multiple forms. He can take a form where he doesn't have to do any miracles. He can take a form where he just has to rule a kingdom. He can take a form where he just has to finish that job last one time. Like Narsimha Avatar, he just comes, finishes the job and goes away. Or he could come and be a permanent member on this planet Earth. Like Parshuram. Parshuram is there for eternity. Now, any kind of form he can take. Always remember one thing. He can take multiple forms And these forms could be average, they could be very simple ones, they could be in the form of a very great deity. Human beings love to say that God always does miracles. Not necessary. Not necessary. Now you might be knowing about Ramana Maharshi. Ramana Maharshi was called Bhagwan by his disciples. Now, when you look at him, do you think he looks like any god? No, he looks like a very simple human being. When you look at Samartha Ramdas, the great sage, from any angle does he look like God Almighty? No. But Samartha Ramdas, Ram Das, the word itself, the name was given by Hanumanji himself. He is Hanuman's avatar, Anjaneya Swami's avatar. So kindly remember this, God can take any form. In some form he can be very benevolent, kind, compassionate. Like my Gurudev's form, he is very kind and compassionate. He is a very loving one. But there is another form of his which is very destructive in nature. And it is possible to do that. See, we always discount this kind of a thing. We think that God need not take any forms. God is only Almighty God in heaven. And all these Vedantists and all, they will say God cannot take a form. See, these kind of things are utter nonsense. Never fall for this kind of Vedanta and all that. Why can God not take a form? If my scriptures is saying that he can be unmanifest as well as manifest, he can be anything. If you are saying that God cannot take a form, then you are an idiot of the highest order. Because then you are restricting God. Understood? Again you say that God can only take benevolent forms. Not necessary. He can take a form which is full of destruction. Look at Shiva's avatar. Shivaji's avatar is called the annihilator, the destructor, the destroyer. He can be that as well. Who says he can't be? So here, when Brahmaji is talking to the Lord, Sri Krishna, he says, you yourself manifest in different energies for annihilation, generation, acceptance and maintenance by combination and permutation. Did you see the word acceptance? You know what it means? We human beings don't accept God. I want God to be like this only. My God is like this. He has told me to murder everybody around. That is not a way how God is. God is not supposed to destroy people. He only has made it, no? Or who has made these people? At the end of the day, if your God is so great and powerful, why he cannot make everything? You can't say evil is not made by him. Who said that? Yesterday only I told you that the evil itself came from a parentage. Did I not tell you that? So when the Rakshasa got created, his father was a Rishi Muni and his mother was a Rishika. And they gave birth to a demon. And that demon was killed by Sri Krishna's wife. Why? Because he was her son. I mean, now tell me, is evil good or bad there or this there or that there? Everything, anything and everything can be God. So please do not put restrictions and please do not say that God cannot be this or cannot be that. O Master of all energies, please tell me philosophically all about them. You play like a spider that covers itself in its own energy and your determination is infallible. See, here is these words where he says, the way in which God projects himself out is like a spider. You've seen a spider? A spider removes this web from his own body, creates the web, catches the, whatever prey that is there, eats it up, and the same web he can eat it up also. You might have seen in some animals also that the cat also, you'll find that the cat can eat her kitten. Have you noticed it by any time? It is so simple. Many a times it happens. And you may be so shocked with it. How can that be? How can this world be like this? Human beings think that the plants don't have life. Let us go and cut one plant. Please understand this. The plant also has life. Oh, the plant does not have. Oh, does not have? Well, sorry, sir. Plants have more emotion than human beings. Okay? They understand telepathically. You know what telepathy is, no? The thought entering your mind that I want to cut this coriander, the plant, you might have put a coriander plant, or you might have put some, palak or something like that in your garden. Correct? Or you might be having a fruit plant over there, some fruit tree over there. And you're just thinking in your mind, okay, I got to go and cut this tree over there. I want to cut this, apple from the tree. Or I want to cut these tomatoes. Do you know the plant has already got the feeling and it is scared. This has been scientifically proven. A thought appearing in the mind of a person maybe 1,000 kilometers away affects the plant even if it is 1,000 kilometers away from that person. You may be amazed to know this. But then what makes you think that God cannot be in all these things? So here he says, philosophically, please explain to me. Now why philosophy over here? Because it is not easy for a normal person to understand this. This lesson which we are going to do just now requires at least a 2-cent brain. I hope you all have it so that you will understand what is being taught just now. Because God is going to say some words which are going to be very difficult for a normal person to understand. He will say, I ate it but I didn't eat it. How is it that going to happen? Now there is one chocolate in front of you and you say, I have eaten it. And in the next line you say, I have not eaten it. How is that possible? The chocolate has disappeared and it's gone. I can see it in your mouth. So these are very strange words, so we have to learn them philosophically. So that is the reason why Brahmaji says, teach me philosophically. How you do this kind of magic. Next verse says, please tell me so that I can be taught in the matter of instruction of the Sri Krishna and may thus act instrumentally to generate living entities without being conditioned by such activities. This verse I will explain to you in a manner where, let us say today, we are celebrating Diwali in India and the mother says, I made the sweets, I made laddu, I made, chakli, I made this, I made that. She keeps on telling the whole world, I made it, I made it, I made it. Every time when she says these words, she is bringing in her ego. Ask yourself this question. There is a simple family, a man, a woman, 2 children. And this woman has been cooking. She is maybe a housewife for many years. Now when she is doing that, it so happens that day she makes something. And she says to everybody, I made this dish. Who else is there to make it? Besides you in this house, is there a ghost who cooks the meals? Why are you taking credit for it? Like the father says, I go out to earn the living. I bring money at home. I take care of this family. I put you in school. I do this. I. I am sure in your own household you have seen this. Everybody loves to take the credit. I did this. Tomorrow, instead of having 2-cent brain, you get a 3-cent brain. Okay? I will say, because of me, you got that additional 1 cent. See? How funny is that? So, it's a joke, okay? It doesn't mean anything. Why are we taking credit for something which we have not even supposed to bother our head about? So here, Brahmaji is telling Sri Krishna, see, you have given me this job of producing creatures, living beings, dead creatures, everything literally, the stone to earth to this to that. I am a creator. You have given me the job of a creator. But let me not have the ego of creation. Let me not have the ego of creation. Let me not say like you say, you never take credit for anything. As a God, you have never taken credit for anything. You will come in this world and you will do something and yet you will say, I don't know who did it. You see the point? Yesterday also we discussed the same thing. So here Brahmaji says, can you please teach me this kind of a thing, When this act of generating living entities, can you please instruct me how I cannot be conditioned by this activity? Conditioned by this activity means I don't want to feel as if I am some great sheikh in this world. I don't want to be feeling like I am the doer, I am the creator, I do this, I do that. Though I am from the Rajasic Guna only, no doubt about it. You have made me a Rajasic being. But yet I don't want this kind of an ego to ever enter me. So can you please teach me how this thing can never happen? It should not come to you. Simple. Oh my Lord, the unborn, you have shaken hands with me just as a friend who does with a friend as equal in position. I shall be engaged in the creation of different types of living entities and I shall be occupied in your service. I shall have no perturbation, but I pray that all this may not give rise to pride as if I were the supreme. Here is the thing which he is saying. Let me not keep on saying I did. Very funnily, every human being keeps this credit to themselves. I am giving this, I did this, I am attending this class, I am doing these things. Really, you are not doing it. There is one ring in your nose and you are being pulled like this, like, have you seen a cow being pulled in India? Cow or a bull? They pass one rope through their nose and they will pull him. Tuck, 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 tuck. They'll have to go as a bullock cart. You don't understand. You are being pulled in this. So stop taking this credit for everything. So Brahmaji is saying to the Lord, he says, please help me not become this egoistic, arrogant person. See, very, very funnily, everybody says, yesterday I wrote to someone and that person wished me Happy Diwali. And along with the Happy Diwali, the person sent me a small heart. The heart symbol that is there. Nowadays the emojis are their heart symbol. But that heart symbol had a bandage around it. Okay. Now, I hope you understand what it means. Normally, people don't look at these symbols. They think that, okay, these symbols have zero value. I will send a white heart, I will send a green heart, I will send a blue heart, I will send a purple heart. Do you really know what this means? You are sending a message when you say a green heart or a blue heart or a purple heart. Do you really know? So next time when you are sending a heart symbol, like this kind of a thing, please send a red one. At least it shows love. You know what a purple heart stands for, no? In America, do you have something which is called the purple heart? Right or wrong? So it means symbols. Without brains, don't send anything. So use that little 2-cent brain that you got. Please ensure. So this person sent me this heart. My immediate response to him was, don't worry. Everything will be fine. Immediately I got a message, thank you, with the heart in it. How does that sound? So understand this, it is not necessary to, publicize yourself anywhere. Just the symbol itself will tell me this person is sick. So I need to be up to the mark, getting that person okay. So the answer lies in that. So here, God also behaves in a similar manner. What does He do? He does it so, innocuously, without anybody's knowledge. You may get a promotion, you may get a child, you may get good health, suddenly you will get, something, and that will appear so quietly without your knowledge that you really wonder, oh, my bonus was due. We think like this. So I got my bonus. It was due to me. This is that ego talking. Well, if God doesn't want to give you, He will throw you out of the company only. Understand? It is the grace which works over here. So he says, can you please teach me how this kind of a grace works? Well, let me do my job and do it for everybody in this world and not get conditioned by pride over there. I did it. So the Lord says, knowledge about me as described in the scriptures is very confidential and it has to be realized in conjugation with devotional service. The necessary paraphernalia for the process is being explained by me. You may take it up carefully. This is an important line for you to understand what is Sri Krishna telling Brahmaji, the avatar of his Narayana or Mahavishnu. What is he saying? He is saying every scripture that is there, every word that you think I have spoken is not a simple language. Ramayana is not a simple story. Mahabharata is not a simple story. Don't think that Parshuram or all these avatars are simple stories. Oh, they are meant for children. They are not meant for spiritual people. So kindly understand this, that all these stories which are being told to children are insignificant. They have no value. They are meant for ignorant people. Understood? The philosophy behind it is what you need to understand. And here God is saying, Sri Krishna is saying, please understand God realization. You want God realization, isn't it? You want to meet me, correct? If you want God realization, you better have devotion for me. Without devotion, you can never attain me. You can't say I do yoga and I will reach God. Sorry boss, you are not going to reach anywhere. You will become a Buddha. No emotion, nothing. If you are following Vedanta, all these other things, you are not going to meet me anywhere. No way. Because you think you can dissect me and you can say there is no God, there is, unmanifest and this and that. I told you just now, I am manifest. I am standing in front of you. If great entities like Ramakrishna Paramahansa had seen Ma, I want you to understand this. If they have seen Ma, Kali Ma, Vivekananda had got the experience. Why is it they are preaching something which is contrary to it? They have to teach devotion, isn't it? Ramakrishna Paramahansa is all about devotion. He was worshipping Kali Ma. In Advaita Vedanta, nobody talks about the God. I mean, what is this? So here God is saying, Sri Krishna is saying, my knowledge is very secret. It cannot be known by everybody. This knowledge is very, very profound. But the qualification for knowing this is conjunction with devotional service. Without devotional service, you will have no understanding about me. So you better look at me. Pray to this image of mine. Okay? Think I am Krishna. Look at my image. Put my image in your house also. In church, you don't see any image, is it? You go to any church anywhere in the world. Do you see Jesus Christ over there on the cross? Right? Do they do Station of the Cross or no? Everybody has to do. Do the Islamic people, don't they turn towards, Kaaba and they pray? They look at that in, that means direction is important. That place is important. Similarly, my form is important. Please understand this. I also take forms. So, all this paraphernalia is going to be explained to you now. But you got to use your little brains to understand this. So now let us see what he says. All of me, namely my external, my actual eternal form and my transcendental existence, color, qualities, etc. Let all be awakened with you by factual realization out of my causeless mercy. Everything that I said just now, let it appear to you in a form. Okay? It should have color. It should have qualities. It should have activities. I am not a stone over there standing over there. You think that, okay, going to Tirupati, you are worshipping one black stone, or you are going to Pandharpur and worshipping a black stone? I am very much in that form. I wear clothes also. You can see. You can feel my head also, by the way, if you touch me. There is a very beautiful place in Andhra Pradesh. If you go over there, it's a temple of, I think, Narasimha Avatar. And that Narasimha Avatar is alive. You go and in Google and all these places and search for it. When the priest is doing something, he can put his finger like this and the finger goes inside the body. He gets heated up. Sometimes it is hot. That place is hot. Andhra Pradesh is very, very hot. So he sweats also. Now think about it like this. There are so many places. There's a place called Mangalgiri in Andhra. I think it's in Telangana or Andhra, I don't know. It may be in Andhra. If you go to Mangalgiri, there is a Panaka Panaka means that, uh, a juice made out of jaggery. Okay. And there is a statue over there of Narsimha, I think. You pour it in his mouth, the whole thing disappears. And we take one big bottle of it, big handa of it, and we put it. It's on top of the mountain. Nobody knows where it has gone. He keeps on drinking, gulping it down. So these are very strange behaviors of these different gods and goddesses. We don't know them. We don't understand them. And that is the reason why he says, please understand that I have form, I have qualities, I have activities, I have color, and I have existence also. I am alive, very much throbbing, okay? Brahma, verse 33, it is I, Sri Krishna, who was existing before the creation, when there was nothing but myself, nor was there material nature, the cause of creation. That which you see now is also me, that is I, Sri Krishna, and after annihilation also I am going to remain, which is Sri Krishna alone. So here he is saying to Brahmaji, before anything happened also I was there. When it happened, when all these universe and things like that came out, I made it from my own body only. Okay? Right? Imagine, I'll take one hair, let us make one earth out of it. Something like that. You can make, one of the gods that is there is made from mud. Like if you dirty yourself, if you go out and play in the fields, all the dust and the mud comes to us, no? All these people, they are very much afraid of dust, isn't it? Whole world is afraid of dust, no? Have you noticed it? Oh, I want it absolutely clean, pure, this thing, that thing, all these things. No, there is so much dust on the floor. There is so much. I have people in my world who will be afraid of that little dust that is there. It goes in my nose and I get this cold. And here we have a god made of dust. Do you know who it is? Ganesha. You see, Ganesha, when Shivji had gone to the Himalayas, Parvati was alone. And she thought to herself, I need some company. I have all these sakhis over here, but I need somebody of my own. So whom can I make? So she did like this. From her own body, she removed all the dust. And from that dust, she fashioned one child. That child was Ganesha. And she made him grow big. And he was sitting outside. So when his father came and he wanted to go inside the house, Ganesha stopped him. No, you can't enter. My mother is taking bath. My mother is taking bath? When did I have a child? Then Shivji had to think, okay, let me back up. Let me go to my backup, And then he came to know how this child was in the picture. Child had no name. Okay? But he was given an understanding that he is going to be the head of all the people over there. Who are the people there? All the dead people. You understand, no? Bhoot, Pret, Pishach and everybody. And they are called what? Ganas. So you are that Pati of Ganas. Means the boss. Rashtrapati is there, no? We use the word Rashtra means nation, Pati means head. Pati doesn't mean Pati, okay? So you are going to be the head of all the Ganas. So you are a Ganapati. And he was sitting over there, not allowing his father, he didn't know that. Father says, I want to go inside. No. So Shivji takes his astra and kachak. He removes his head only. The mother comes from inside. She is angry with him. Finally, he has to go and find one elephant head and put it on top of that body. Now, it's a story. It's an allegorical story. You have to understand the stories. So God made out of bodies, that thing which we remove from our body, dust from the body. Now do you understand why we pray to him? When we make his body out of mud and we do Visarjan. Huh? So the body made out of mud only. So God can be made of mud also. So don't say, I got a cold because of the dust allergy and all that. That dust was used for creating Ganesha. Don't say those words. So here he says, out of nothing you create whatever that is there. So this is how it is. There was nothing before, there is nothing, I create everything out of my own body if I want to, like Parvati created. See, so I also create like that only. And afterwards, in the end, everything comes back to me only. What else I can do? I absorb all of you all. So the next verse says, O Brahma, whatever appears to be of value, if it is without relation to me, it has no reality. Know it as my illusory energy, that reflection which appears to be in darkness. Whatever appears to be of any value. Your breath is of value or no? Your body is of value or no? When people say my life is worthless, I don't know this, I am stupid, I never understand this, I feel sad for them because they are disowning God. And here Sri Krishna is saying, anything that is of value, if it is not connected to me, how can that be? Then it is an illusion. My illusory energy creates that. So all your, mind, whatever that is going on in your mind, oh, this one is against me, that one is against me, this person did that to me, that person did that to me. All your thoughts which are there, which are troubling you so much, and you keep on projecting those thoughts on yourself. Oh, this person doesn't like me, that person loves me a lot. These are called projections. All this is illusory energy of Lord. It's not real. That reflection appears to be in the darkness. It's not real at all. It's just an illusion. It's like I am having a dream. Okay. The next verse says, O Brahma, please know, the universal element enters the cosmos and at the same time do not enter the cosmos. Similarly, I myself also exist within everything created and at the same time I am outside of everything. Did I not tell you that this is philosophy? He says very simply, I created the cosmos out of my own body, okay, and yet I am not in it. So I create everything and yet I am not inside of it. How does that work? Right? So our answer is philosophical. You try to tell a child that this ice cream that you are eating is not an ice cream. It is some oil. Oil, no? Now, the child will look at you and say, what are you talking? It is written on this. It's an ice cream. No, ice cream. It must be having milk in it. No. Do one thing. Have you ever seen how mayonnaise is made at home? You can make mayonnaise at home very simply by using your mixer and any oil that you want. You know that? It is the simplest way. If you want peanut butter to be made also, it's the simplest way. There is no rocket science in making peanut butter or mayonnaise at home. It's a very simple technique. Take oil, put it in the mixer and let the mixer on for quite some time. After some time, the oil starts becoming frothy. And then it becomes only a semi-liquid form of mayo. That is called a mayo. You know how a mayo looks like, no? Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise is nothing but oil frothy. The froth of an oil. Now you will say, where is the oil in this? Well, every time when you are slathering, mayo, you are putting that olive oil or whatever oil that is used. What makes you think it is not oil? No. This is an eggless mayo. Eggless mayo? Yeah, I eat only eggless mayo. I am a vegetarian. You know that mayo is going to kill you very soon. Same thing. Whatever you think. So here God is saying, I am in it and yet not in it. So where is the oil? Can you see the oil in it? In the mayo? No. Looks like that only. So in a similar fashion, God is in this world and yet He is not in this world. I gave a stupid example for you to have a little understanding, But it is a philosophical statement. You need to know it. So, you have to do this study of spirituality. Otherwise, there is no knowledge going to come to you. So here is what Sri Krishna says. A person who is searching after the supreme absolute truth, that is about me, Sri Krishna, most certainly search for it up to this in all circumstances, in all space and time, and both directly and indirectly. Now, I am asking you this question. So, you thought spirituality is a simple subject. It has made a mayo out of your brain. You see that? Got it or no? Because it's the most complex subject of it all. Philosophically also, no philosopher can solve this problem. Sri Krishna is saying, you have to think about this. I am in it and yet I am not in it. I am in you and I am not in you. What does he mean by that? He certainly search up to this. You have to search in all this. In all circumstances, everywhere you have to search for it. And you have to look for it directly and indirectly. That is the reason why you require the guide, no? So he is there only for trying to solve your problems. Otherwise, you are going to be dhoonte reh jaoge. You will keep on searching for it. Okay. So we are going to do the last verse now, I think. O Brahma, just follow this conclusion by fixed concentration of your mind, and no pride will disturb you, neither in the partial nor in the final devastation. So what is he saying over here? Brahmaji, just sit in meditation on what I said. Think about it. You got to put a little bit of your mind in this process. And when you put your mind to it, I am sure you will get the answer. Think. Even Brahmaji is given this complex task of thinking. He is already doing too many things over there, but this important task is there. So kindly sit in one place and think about it. How did this work? How does this work? Sukadeva Goswami said to Parikshit Maharaj, the Supreme Sri Krishna, after being seen in his transcendental form, instructed Brahmaji, the leader of the living entities, and then disappeared. So after giving him this instruction, the Lord disappears from front of Brahmaji. On his disappearance, Sri Krishna, Hari, who is the object of transcendental enjoyment for the senses of devotees, Brahma with folded hands began to recreate the universe full with living entities as it was previously. So what does he do? He goes back to his world and says, yes, I met the Lord and he has given me now something else to think about. So I wish I had my fifth head in place. So maybe 5 heads will think better than 1 head. But no, 1 head is enough for you. So think and think. But don't say I am not going to do my job. So Brahmaji has to go back into this material world and start doing the job that is being assigned to him. Thus, once upon a time, how many more are there? Alright, so I think we can stop over here. So Brahmaji now goes back to his world and says that I am going to keep on doing the job which I have been assigned to do. And while doing the job, I am going to ensure that I will think about what Sri Krishna has asked me to think about. I am there in this world and yet I am not there in this world. I created this and yet I am not in it. I created this universe out of my own body and yet I am not in it. So what is the meaning of those words? Let me go back and think about it. And that is what he is going to do. So we have ended over here at verse 39. You can stop.
Recording stopped.